Hello, everybody. The name of our story today is A Chance Encounter. I'm going to read the story to you once and then again more slowly with explanations of the vocabulary and grammar. All right, let's go. This is Let's Learn English Through Stories, and I'm Tim Bryant, your English teacher. Ethan had always enjoyed quiet moments in the city, the rare places of calm amid the noise. One chilly afternoon, he stepped into a small coffee shop, shaking the cold from his coat. The place was cozy, filled with the rich aroma of espresso and the soft hum of conversation. He ordered a cappuccino and found a seat by the window. Outside, people hurried past, wrapped in scarves, their breath visible in the crisp air. He opened his book, ready to enjoy a quiet break from the day. "Excuse me, is this seat taken?" He looked up. A woman in a navy sweater and a wool scarf stood beside his table, cradling a coffee cup and a worn-out notebook. "Go ahead," he said, moving his things aside. She sat down with a small sigh, flipping through her notebook. After a few moments, she glanced at his book and smiled. "That's a good one." Ethan chuckled. "Yeah, I keep coming back to it." Before she could respond, the cafe door swung open forcefully. A tall man in a worn leather jacket stepped inside, his eyes scanning the room. The moment he spotted the woman, he made a beeline for their table. "Lena," he said, his voice low but firm, "we need to talk." Her fingers tightened around her cup. "Not now." The man leaned in slightly. "Don't make this difficult." Ethan could sense the tension. She was walking on thin ice. Lena exhaled and stood up slowly. "It's fine," she said, forcing a small smile in Ethan's direction. "It was nice talking to you." Then, just like that, she was gone, stepping out into the cold with the man close behind. Ethan stared at the door. Something about the whole thing didn't sit right with him. He had a feeling he had just scratched the surface of something much bigger. Maybe he should let it go, but his curiosity was aroused. Okay, let's look at the vocabulary. A chance encounter, a meeting by chance. Ethan had always enjoyed quiet moments in the city, the rare places of calm amid the noise. Rare places are unusual places amid, in the middle of all the noise, amid. One chilly afternoon, he stepped into a small coffee shop. Chilly is cold. Shaking the cold from his coat. This is a metaphor. Shaking his coat like he could remove the cold from it. The place was cozy, filled with the rich aroma of espresso and the soft hum of conversation. Cozy is warm and comfortable, filled with the aroma of espresso, the smell of espresso coffee, and the soft hum of conversation. The hum is the soft noise of people talking. He ordered a cappuccino and found a seat by the window. Outside, people hurried past, wrapped in scarves. Hurried past, went quickly by. To hurry, past simple regular, hurried. Verbs that end in Y, hurry, finish in the past simple with IED, hurried. Their breath visible in the crisp air. In cold or crisp air, breath is visible, the vapor in the winter. He opened his book, ready to enjoy a quiet break from the day. A break is a rest or a time out from the day. "Excuse me, is this seat taken?" He looked up. A woman in a navy sweater and a wool scarf stood beside his table. Blue winter top, a navy sweater, stood, irregular past simple of to stand, stood beside, next to his table. Cradling a cup of coffee and a worn-out notebook. Cradling is holding in your hands tightly. A worn-out is old from so much use. Clothes can be worn out. A notebook here can be worn out. "Go ahead," he said, moving his things aside. Aside is away. She sat down with a small sigh. A sigh is a tired or sad exhalation of breath, breathing out. Flipping through her notebook. Flipping is moving quickly through. After a few moments, she glanced at his book and smiled. Glanced. This is the past simple of glance. To look quickly. She glanced at his book. Ethan chuckled. To chuckle is to laugh quietly. "Yeah, I keep coming back to it." He continues to return to the book. He keeps coming back to it. To keep doing something. Keep plus present continuous, ing form. Keep coming. Before she could respond, the cafe door swung open forcefully. Respond is to reply or answer. The door swung open. This is a phrasal verb, to open dramatically. Past simple irregular, swung. Swing open, swung open. A tall man in a worn leather jacket stepped inside. Worn again is old from use. A worn jacket has been worn many times. Past of wear. His eyes scanning the room. Scanning is looking quickly around. Scanning the room. His eyes scanning the room. The moment he spotted the woman, he made a beeline for their table. At the exact moment he noticed or spotted the woman, he made a beeline. Here is an expression, to make a beeline. He went quickly and directly, like a bee to a flower. He made a beeline. "Lena," he said, his voice low but firm, "we need to talk." Her fingers tightened around her cup. "Not now." The man leaned in slightly. "Don't make this difficult." Leaned in, leaned forward, moved forward. Prepositional verb to lean in. Ethan could sense the tension. She was walking on thin ice. Another expression here, this is a metaphor, doing something dangerous or risky, walking on thin ice. The ice could break. Lena exhaled and stood up. Exhaled is breathed out. Stood, irregular past simple of stand. Stood up. Phrasal verb. "It's fine," she said, forcing a smile in Ethan's direction. Forcing a smile, faking a smile, making herself smile. Then, just like that, she was gone. Just like that means no pause. Immediately, she was gone. Just like that. stepping out into the cold with the man close behind. He even stared at the door. Stared, past simple of stare, to look hard. So we've had different verbs for looking. We had glanced, looked quickly, spotted, looked quickly and noticed, scanned, looked around quickly, and here stared, to look harder and longer at something or someone. Something about the whole thing didn't sit right with him. Didn't sit right. This is an expression, again, didn't feel right. It didn't sit right. He had a feeling. He had just scratched the surface of something much bigger. A feeling that he had scratched the surface. Expression, he had just touched the beginning of something bigger. Maybe he should let it go. Maybe he should forget it, let it go. But his curiosity was aroused. His sense of curiosity was provoked or activated. He wanted to know more. All right, so now I want you to go back to the beginning, and if you want, you may close your eyes and just listen, or if you prefer to listen and read for the third time. This will help your English very much. Okay, and that is all for today. Thank you so much for listening. We hope you enjoyed the story. And please remember to like and subscribe to our channel. Now, and I'll see you again here for the next one. Thanks, and bye for now.